we forced them to a couple of missed shots. Starting off the game, felt like they hit every floater, every mid-range shot that they took. And after a while, I think we ended up switching a little bit more, trying to be up a little bit more to take that shot away and then also take away the drive. I think, Brooke did a great job. Giannis, Jrue, of getting into the guards, making it tough on them.
I guess offensively, I don't want to say it's not that you guys struggle. That's probably not the right word with slower paced games when there aren't a ton of possessions. But as you've seen more of that this year, are you guys getting a little more comfortable in the half court, I guess, and being able to create things on different multiple actions?
Yeah, I mean, I think we would love to push the ball a little bit more, even after makes. We got to find a way to take the ball out a little bit faster, play with a little bit more pace. But I think we're comfortable in half court now. When we slow the game down a little bit more, move the ball from side to side, figure out who we want to go at or the mismatch and play through that. I think we're just getting better overall in that half court offense of being able to play a little bit slower, but also execute and still, drive and share the ball.
Eric Name?
I think it was in Indy against the Pacers like a couple years back. You guys finished with Brooks switching like that on the guards. It didn't matter 1 through 5. Just what did you see from him tonight? It's something you guys don't do a ton of, but he seemed to hold up, and you guys seem to hold up with the big men as well.
Yeah, Brooke is extremely talented, especially offensively, but defensively, it's very underrated what he does. One, he's a hell of a shot blocker, alteration guy at the rim, but in the past, he's shown that he can keep guys in front of him, and then just can contest their mid-range or three-point shots with it, which is what we want at the end of the day. Contain the penetration and then challenge shots, and we've been doing that all year long on the perimeter and in the paint.
Jrue had talked a little bit about how he felt like the game kind of flipped a little bit when PJ entered the game in the second quarter. You guys started switching, the defensive intensity came up. Just what did you feel? I know it was only 13 minutes, but just what did you feel with getting to play with PJ and kind of see him out on the floor?
You can see that intensity. He's ready to play. He's ready to compete at the highest level, and he wants it. I think he's going to be a great fit for us, a guy that can defend multiple positions, can shoot the ball. He's smart. His IQ is high. You hear his voice in the locker room already. You hear his voice on the bench during timeouts and on the court. Just another veteran guy that knows how to play.
Zora Stevenson.
Khris, I know previously when we've talked about the balanced scoring, you talk about how important ball movement is. Post the All-Star game, what do you feel like has kind of changed or increased or improved when it comes to the ball movement and putting multiple guys in opportunities to get double figures?
I think it starts with a conversation, with the team. We've had many conversations of, how to be better, how to play the right way. And I think guys have changed and started just playing better for the team-wise. And knowing that it's going to come back to whoever it is, that, we play the right way, everybody's going to get their shots, get their numbers, and at the same time, we're going to have fun doing it. So I think that's a huge part is communication. That's always it starts, especially now many times we're going to practice court and go through things and, make those mistakes and talk it out through practice. We have to, figure it out on the fly a little bit more. Even off the court, during film sessions, during halftime, during timeouts, we all have to communicate to be on the same page to get better because, like I said, the practice time just isn't there this year.
What value do you think being able to go to a zone is going to have as you guys continue throughout the season?
I think it's good. I mean, San Antonio, they used a press break, press, just to get up our ATOs a little bit. So for us to go in that zone, it'll get teams out of their ATOs at the half-court sets. Just for 1 or 2 plays just to mix it up, change the rhythm, get them out of their rhythm especially. So I like it. I think it's great for us.
Lori Nickel.
Khris, can I ask you about your thoughts on Dante's personality? If he's coachable, if he's approachable. And the reason I'm asking is it seems like it's a big deal to me that you guys put so much trust in a 23, 24-year-old at the beginning of this year with this elevated role. And he's proven that. But early on, before you knew you could see he could do all this, how did he earn that trust?
I don't think he's earned it at all. He might be one of the most selfish asshole person you ever meet. I'm not. But I mean, he's a great guy. He's fierce. That's what a lot of people don't realize. You know, he smiles a lot, he laughs a lot, but behind the scenes, he's a fierce competitor. He wants to go at you. He wants you to let you know that he's going to give it his all. And that's what we all love about it. Then on the flip side of that, you know, when you're a competitor, sometimes you tend to, you know, not listen, tune people's voices out. But he's very approachable. Anything you'll say, he'll listen. He'll give it a shot. He'll try it out, even though he might be a little uncomfortable with it. But on the flip side, like you say, he's a young guy, but he knows the game. I've seen him many times go to Giannis. Many times he'll come to me about different things. Anybody. He's a guy that also knows the game. He's learning. He's getting better. He's getting stronger. We wish he would dunk a little bit more, since he says, yes, it's 32-inch vert that he always talks about. But I mean, he's just a great guy, great teammate. I think we're all extremely happy to have on our team this year.
Thanks.
Monday, the Pacers are the ball go in. Sometimes it gets, or even just carrying over from last game where we felt like our defense kind of got us that win. We kind of want to even it out and balance it out. So seeing the ball go in, I think was good for us tonight.
And then how comfortable do you feel kind of switching it up and playing that zone?
I liked it. I think we kind of confused them for a little bit. Got some good stops, and then went on to regular coverage. So I think being able to be versatile in that way is very good for us.
Jim Ozarski.
Jrue, I guess how important were your shots at the ends of the quarters there, the step back three, and then to kind of take your time and draw a foul at the end, especially there at the third quarter when they kind of had gotten back into it.
Yeah, I think it's momentum. It was definitely a boost. I feel like being able to go into the quarter, at the end of the quarter, on a good note, and being able to see the ball go in the basket. So I think that was huge.
I mean, since Washington, you've been playing, it looks like full minutes, right? 40 plus 34. Just how do you feel? Do you feel you're kind of all the way back physically with your lungs and everything?
I think I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Sometimes there's a lull for me in the game. I don't know if y'all see it, but there's a lull where I kind of feel like, all right, I need to maybe sit down for 2 minutes. But it's been good. Bud's been doing a good job. The training side has been doing a good job of really acclimating me and taking me back slowly to be able to get back to those minutes. But sometimes there's games just like that Philly game where you just gotta go, especially when we're coming back like that and a great win.
Eric Name.
I know sometimes when Brook is on the floor, you guys don't switch everything with him, but tonight it was everything. Yeah, it was him on guards, you going on bigs. Just what do you think of Brook kind of stepping up in those moments and being able to handle that?
I think Brook is underrated as a defender. Just off top, him being back and blocking shots at the rim is very difficult, especially when you have a 7-footer that you have to also defend and try not to get the ball off a lob or a bounce pass. But and then him switching on the guards, man. He's 7 feet, but he has length. He moves his feet very, very well. And then once you try to get by him, you also have to meet him at the rim. So to me, Brook is a great defender and very underrated.
For you, I know PJ only played, I think, something like 13 minutes, but, you know, there was a couple moments where you got to play with him. I think we all know that he likes to talk on defense. Just what has it been like for you to get to play with him?
No, he's great. He's great. You can hear him everywhere. You can hear him even when he's on the bench. But out there on the court, it's really fun. You love a guy that communicates in that way, is loud, very clear, distinctive. It makes the game a lot easier, and then super positive. Out there, I feel like, once we started switching, especially with him on the court, that's when we came back when we were down early. So PJ's already just making an impact on the game.
Eric Woodyard.
What's up, Jrue? How you doing, man?
Yeah.
For y'all, man, obviously a lot of teams would have been complacent, before today, you guys had won, 10 of the last 11. You guys were playing elite level of basketball. For the front office to make a move how they did, bring in a guy like PJ, let go of other guys, like what level of urgency, if any, did it show you guys, like, hey, like we're playing well, but they see the bigger picture? Like, was it any heightened level of urgency with that move? Like, what was your thoughts on that as a whole?
I think it was about business. It was a business move where they felt like we need to surround this guy with some defense and some defense and corner threes. And I feel like he fits the team perfectly. Be able to come in and on nights maybe if Giannis isn't guarding the 4 or the 5, PJ's there. And PJ's a stopper, and he has been. He solidified himself as one of the best defenders in the league. So I think to be able to acclimate him in and bring him in was a big move. And then corner threes, man. I think he only got 1 3 up today, and it was a corner 3. But we got to try to find him and get him in those corner 3s where, I mean, he makes so many of those, and you've seen it in the past. So just get him acclimated in that way.
Did it set a tone at all for you guys?
Yeah. Again, we love the guys that were here before, and just to be able to, for us to love them, and then even them trade them and get somebody like PJ, we feel like we have a really good chance of winning it all. So again, it is about the bigger picture and us going to the playoffs and us staying healthy. But I think defensively is where it's going to be, and we got better defensively.
All right, one more, Lori Nickel.
I'm doing a story on your teammate Dante, and I'm just wondering your thoughts on how does a guard in this league get 12 or 13 boards? What do you see him doing out there?
Stealing rebounds? No. Nah, Dante's everywhere. Dante's everywhere. And there's times I see him come from across the court and the ball's coming to me and I don't even jump. But rebounding isn't easy. Sometimes you have a guy who has a knack for the ball and the ball just comes to him. That is Dante. But Dante also works, and you kind of have to respect that, and you want him to get those rebounds. So I pretty much just box out and hope that Dante comes through and gets him. But to be able to do that consistently every single game, that's not easy. So hats off to Dante.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Jrue.
All right.
I think there's been a little bit of increase in it. I think Giannis is, playing with the pass at a high level, really creating great shots for his teammates. Guys, we talk about having a roster that's got a lot of shooting. So I think it's, just a lot of little things. It's not one thing, that leads to that, but we certainly want to keep working on it and keep emphasizing it.
A couple stretches with zone tonight. How do you think the guys executed that, and what's the importance of mixing it up?
Yeah, I thought, the possessions of zone are good. It's great to just have, a different look to throw into a game, and, maybe we can change a game and use the activity out of the zone and scramble and work and, find ways to be good with it. So, it's something hopefully we can continue to develop.
Eric Name.
I think the second and third quarter, Jrue hits a shot at the end of those quarters, or gets 3 free throws in the other situation. But just closing out those quarters, what does it mean for him to be able to do something off the bounce and make something happen late in a quarter?
Yeah, no, I mean, those kinds of shots are, kind of the momentum. They can be momentum swings and killers, and the 3 in front of the bench. It's just, it's just a lot of talent and big time shot. And then the kind of the mental awareness and get the contact and the 3 free throws to finish. Again, I think, we didn't have a great third quarter. We were on our heels for part of it, especially late, to get those 3 free throws. I think those are 2 very important plays.
And then throughout the night, you seemed willing to let Brooks switch, that it was going to be all right. If you got a guard, that's fine. Just what have you seen from him in the ability to keep it in front and then also contest shots?
Yeah, he's been good. He brings so much to the table defensively, and it's something that we've done a little bit, and tonight maybe more so. And he's just very unique, and he takes so much pride in being a good defender and doing anything for the team. And there's some good examples of him and the group kind of executing on that end of the court.
Lori Nickel.
Of course, Dante DiVincenzo is doing great with the scoring and the rebounding, but I wanted to ask you about his defense. He had 3 big plays in the first half that weren't just stops, they were points for you guys on the other end. How much do you think that's you and your staff developing him over time, or how much of that is him, kind of taking pride in playing defense, being the competitor on defense?
Yeah, it's all him. I think that was one of the things why, we were really excited about him in the draft. He brings a real competitive edge to the game, and, his activity and athleticism. And he's got, I think that kind of, defensive IQ where he can anticipate passing lanes, and even when he's on the ball, where a passer might be, what lane he's looking to use to move the ball. And I thought, we had some stretches where we weren't that good. And I thought those steals and his energy and his activity really was a big part of us kind of flipping it in the first half.
Thank you.
Eric Woodyard.
What's up, Coach? Obviously, you guys had a chance to practice with PJ Tucker, but him getting out there the first time tonight, just easing them into the mix a little bit. What was your first impressions of him just with the squad tonight, and how do you see him adjusting now that you had a chance to use him in the actual game?
Yeah, it felt great to have PJ Tucker, with us, and he's already talking and communicating defensively, bringing physicality on that end of the court. He's got a high level. He's an elite defender, and he just the way he moved and everything. I thought it was a great first night for him.
Jim Ozarski.
Mike, just to go back and piggyback a little bit off of Lori's question. You mentioned the first half. I think there was San Antonio scored 8 points in the final 10 minutes of the second quarter for you to flip that 14-point lead, and then even late, I think they scored 10 points over half the fourth quarter, I guess. So what did you maybe see in those spots where you guys were able to really lock down and give yourselves a chance to not only come back, but then to win?
Yeah, it feels like, I don't know total, but we're creating a few more turnovers just in general, the hands, the deflections, the activity, and be able to string stops, one after another. That's really how you want to go on runs is with your defense. And, like you said, I think there's lots of little things that go into that. Good individual defense. I thought Brooke was good tonight. It's really, Lonnie Walker got hot. He hurt us with some really tough shots, and but a lot of other good defensive possessions, and we just got to keep growing on that end.
All right, thanks, bud.